column I did for Spiritual and Health magazine was on that very subject, this issue of, you know, wealth and spirituality. I mean, and there's a lot of, Buddhism has, there's more text about Buddhism than any other religion, so there's just tons of stuff out there on that. And if you look at Buddhist thought on this, it's the intention. You look at the intention. So you look at in Buddha's life, a lot of the people that really helped promote and his work were, you know, wealthy people, wealthy tradespeople, wealthy landowners, and that took really good care of their employees, were really good stewards of their wealth, gave to the poor, helped Buddha with his teachings, and did very, very good things with their wealth. If you look at, there's biblical texts about people doing good things with their wealth and helping others, and so the essence of that is, if a person has wealth, is what's their intention with that. You know, I think love is probably what causes all action, is some kind of this energy of love, and naturally, sometimes that energy of love is only for ourselves, and sometimes it's only for a very narrow group of people, and it's not as universal. But usually what happens is, I mean, you look at the natural evolution of people. At first it's all about them and all about family, and then pretty soon they say, you know what, look what's going on in Africa, because they happen to be there, or they go to a dump in Guatemala and they say, oh my gosh, I didn't know people could be this poor. I didn't know that people were really starving, and never internalize it. And often those guys are the best evangelists for fixing it. First of all, because they know how to wield power, and they know how to get things done. You know, there's a man that wrote the book called One, and he says, the key to fixing the world is business people, because business people know how to get things done. And if you pair that with a woman that's actually, she's from Zambia, that's got a PhD, I think she teaches at some college, but she says that all the aid that's been given to Africa has hurt Africa, because it's created dependency, and it's made it so that nobody's stood on their own 2 feet. We think that wealth in Africa comes from somebody giving us a handout, and not a handout. But Americans, we just want a red edge check and be done with it, instead of looking at it as partnership. And a guy stopped me on the road as I was walking down the street, pushing my son in the stroller, and said, "Can I have $5? Can I have some money for dinner, for lunch?" And I said, "Here's some money. You have to promise me it's not going to go for drugs, alcohol, or cigarettes." And he said, "I promise." And I gave it to him. Now we need to make sure that if we're giving, that it's going to be used for ways that are helpful, you know. And I don't think even giving money just for food is good. We have to make it so that they can produce their own food in their own essence. And so, but I don't like to spend my time looking. I mean, the Vipassana tradition is, you don't run around judging. There's no judgment. You know, you just do the right thing. You try to live a virtuous life. You try to have the right behaviors at this moment. You don't attach yourself to the outcome. I don't run around attaching whether that person's good or bad. A lot of people used to talk about, you know, Bill Gates' wealth. He's basically giving all of his wealth away. You know, so all those people that said dumb things about him 20 years ago and 10 years ago about that wealth, you know, they have to eat their words. I mean, he is trying to take on problems that nobody will take on, that are controversial because governments can't go there. And so some great things. You look at Warren Buffett doing the same thing, some of these wealthy people. And so having wealth is not a bad thing. It's what do you do with it? It's that intention. A poor person has no more virtue than a wealthy person. That probably has less if they're poor because they're lazy and don't do anything, and aren't saying, oh woe is me. If they have all day to say, oh woe is me, go out and start picking up trash. At least help society. You know, but don't just say, oh woe is me, that person's rich because of some luck. No, take on responsibility, buck up and work.